Good morning. I'm Gregory Mason, and welcome to First Presbyterian Church for Olympia Brown and Sacred Journey service today. There are hearing assist devices available in the back if you would like one. Jeff Ciuta. There you are.
Good morning, I'm Jeff Ciuta. I'm a member of the Facilities Task Force. You may recall back in 2021, we surveyed the congregation about building use and needs back in our home building. Needless to say, things have changed. And so as part of the task force work, we are going to resurvey the congregation. And in today's email, or perhaps tomorrow's, you will find a survey asking you to, once again, share your thoughts on building use and needs, etc. There's a 2-week timeline on this. The survey needs to be completed on January 28th by 3:59 p.m. So I'll remind you next week, and I'll hopefully remind you 2 weeks from now, but please do take some time to take the survey. For more information, take a look at the OBUUC website on the Finding Our Way Home tab. There's more information there. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Diane Lang from the Generosity and Engagement Ministry. We are inviting you to learn from the best of the best on how to breathe like a dragon and have laugh yoga and get yourself into the generosity mode. So join Jane Steffens and I, check the unifier for details, next Sunday at 9:30. Ha 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 ha! Okay, see you then.
It's the same thing as this, right? This generation engagement thing?
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't need to make that one. The 8th Principal and Social Justice Committee are collecting personal care items for students at Jersted Agerholm K-8 school. There's a bin over there. If you are not ordering online, the next Raise Right deadline for paper orders is January 21st. See me if you need a form. On January 28th, from 12:30 to 2 p.m., join Leanne Palmaville and Reverend Danielle for a conversation on proposed changes to the UUA Article 2 bylaws. Please RSVP to Leanne by January 21st. Be a mystery Valentine. Children will be secretly paired with adults at OBUUC, and you, the mystery Valentine, can place notes, treats, or small treasures in a special Valentine collection spot in the First Pres lobby during February. The deadline to sign up is January 28th, and the sign-up sheets are right out here in this little vestibule. The Endowment Fund Committee is soliciting applications for fund disbursements in 2024. The deadline to submit is February 5th, 5 p.m. Thank you to our volunteers today, our ushers Mike Rood and Pam Smiley, and our Zoom host Anita Miller. For more information and details about these announcements, along with others and community announcements, see your weekly emails. Please join us for coffee hour in Erman Hall following the service. For those joining us on YouTube, log into Zoom after the service for coffee hour. The link is in today's email.
Can we just look around for a minute? Just look around, wave, this is amazing! Welcome, 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 welcome to Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church. I am the Reverend Danielle Lindstrom. My pronouns are she, hers, and it is good. Can you feel how good it is to be together this morning? Welcome, welcome, Sacred Journeys. We are so delighted to be sharing our service. Welcome, Reverend Kay Glennon, a friend. I am so delighted we're doing this together. Welcome, new friends. Welcome, longtime friends. I've already heard some, oh, wait, you go to that church? Wait, you go to that church? In the spirit of friendship, we have ran out of bulletins and lyrics for our hymns. So if you wouldn't mind sharing with those around you, that would be lovely. Can we also just take a moment to wave to all of our friends that are joining us online, who couldn't be here with us, but I know are feeling all of this love and all of this joy. You are welcome here. In all of the ways that you understand or don't understand, have come to love, or are still exploring who you are, in all the ways you embody the beauty in difference, the power in love, the hope that is your being. Welcome, welcome. Please do not leave your joys, do not leave your sorrows, do not leave pieces of your identity at the door. Bring it all in here with you. For this is one of the promises of both of our churches. All of who you are, all of who you are is welcome in our co-created and shared sacred space. It is so good to be together. We begin our Unitarian Universalist services, our board meetings, our committee meetings, our sacred time together by lighting a chalice. The chalice is the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. This symbol was originally stamped on documents used by the Unitarian Service Committee to help Jewish refugees escape Nazi persecution. This symbol was created to make documents look very official. We're not sure how it came to be a sacred piece of our worship services. We believe it came to us, as so many good things do, through our children's religious education program, which encouraged our children to create 3D art renderings of our sacred symbol. Thank you so much to Cody, who lit our chalice for us this morning. There is always a cup to our chalice, always a glass jar for a candle, a vessel to hold the flame, the sacred fire of community, a light to guide us home, a fire to rekindle compassion, flames of justice, flames rising to meet us where we are. For our lighting this morning, in honor of our lit chalice this morning, I invite everyone to just take a moment and imagine if you had an internal flame, if there was a fire that represented who you are, what would that fire look like? What would that fire be? Is it a candle that dances around and with everyone that fire meets? Is it a bonfire that warms everyone all around you? Is it an ember, tender, waiting to be rekindled? Maybe it's a chalice flame. What does your fire look like? And let's just hold that image for a moment. May we be grateful always for the fire that burns in our hearts, the flames of our friends, our beloveds, who can rekindle ours if we find it growing weak, the fires of courage, compassion, wonder, and mystery. I invite you now, will you rise in body and in spirit to join in singing our first hymn, Life Calls Us On. That's that handout this morning. I would like to invite our children and those young at heart and anyone who would like to see very closely what we have going on this morning to come up here with me. We are going to gather around this table. All right. So we are going to take a moment to watch a candle burn. So if you want to come real close and watch, see how the candle flame moves? It dances. Watch what happens if I blow on it a little bit. It is impacted by everything around it. Fire is special. And people have known for a very long time that fire is special. Right? There was fire in the sky. Fire warmed their homes. Fire has always had a special place in our religious traditions. Where do we see fire at our churches? Yeah. Go ahead, Lila. In the chalice? Yeah. Where else? Yeah. And candles. Yeah. Right in front of us right now. So we talk about how our candles can hold us, right? And how special they can be. This morning, as we think about the ways that fire can create, and fire can be dangerous, and fire can warm us, we're going to talk to this fire about some of our hopes for this coming year. Yeah? Curious what that means? All right, let's see. What are some of your hopes for this year? What are some hopes? To eat lots of pizza in 2024. Yes. What else? What other hopes do we have? To stay healthy in 2024. Ready? Stay healthy. Does anybody want to try this? All right, if you want to try, come stand with me. We are going to teach everyone because we're all going to do this in just a little bit. All right, so here's what you do. Ready? So you're going to unfold it. Unfold it a little bit. Hold it by the corner. Think of your hope. What's your hope? What's your hope? What's your hope? I hope for a lot of laughter. You're going to light the corner and throw it, just like that. Ooh! And maybe we will throw it away from us. Anybody else hopes for our new year? Do you want to try it? All right, ready? Think of your hope, think of your hope, think of your hope. All right. Yep, we'll go one at a time, okay? Yep. Right ahead, ready? Think of your hope, think of your hope. Just the corner. Throw it up. Ooh. Ready? We're going to throw it, okay? Light it. Hope. Ooh. We'll do more later. May all of these hopes and more be true for us in our coming year. Thank you so much. Now, all of you are invited to go with Leanne upstairs to our religious education program after we do our blessing, and then we will sing children to their classroom. Children are also welcome to stay in the sanctuary with families. All right? So the blessing and the words for our children's hymn are in the order of service. Let's start with our blessing. There are many ways we give to the life of our churches, many ways we share our gifts with the larger community. Each month here at Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church, we partner with a local organization that is doing really important, really good work in our community, and we share the money that we gather. Our partner for January is Art Against the Odds, Wisconsin Prison Art. For Sacred Journeys, if you have a donation for your church, give it to Robin Schmerchek. Can you raise your hand? Okay, Robin is collecting the money for Sacred Journeys. Any money that's put in the collection basket, any cash, is split between Olympia Brown and Art Against the Odds, Wisconsin. There's also a phone number, so you can text to give, and you can put where you would like that money to go. So we are delighted to welcome Paul, a representative who's going to come up, who came to us all the way from Milwaukee this morning. So thank you, Paul, to tell us more about the project.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here today. So this project, Art Against the Odds, started about 2 years ago. Deborah Bremer, who's the founder of the project, and myself decided that during COVID we had to find this other project that we could work on. So we started reaching out. We had a connection with one incarcerated artist already and felt like this was a space that a light needed to be shined on. There was no knowledge of really like what was going on in the art world of Wisconsin's prisons. So we reached out and we were astounded by the number of artworks we received back. And oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. So we reached out to the prison system of Wisconsin, just trying to put some feelers out and see, if anyone would be interested in showing their artwork to the wider public. And we received just an enormous number of artworks. We now have 1,500 works of art in our kind of collection with this project. We display regularly about 250 artworks in the shows that we've put on in Milwaukee and in Manitowoc. And there's a show coming to Green Bay very soon, March 19th through sometime in May. The date in May escapes me. And then we'll be in Madison as well at the Contemporary Museum of Art at the end of this year in September. And that will run all the way until March of 2025. So a 6-month run if anyone has a chance to make it to Madison to see that show. And we're currently in pretty dire need of funding for the project. We published a catalog with a bio of every artist in the show and some images of their works of art, and we worked really, really hard to get this book approved by the Wisconsin prison system and a physical copy to every single artist who participated in the project, as well as a copy to each of their family members as well. I brought this copy along too. If we want to circulate the copy around the congregation, we definitely... Oh, at coffee hour? Perfect, yep. That will be a better time to do that then. So thank you so much for having me up here. I won't talk too much longer and take up too much of your time here, but any support you guys have for this project would be really appreciated. It means so much to every inmate involved to be able to receive one of these catalogs.
I'm not sure where to be. So it's my understanding that for you folks, this is a time of prayer or meditation or just silence to center, to focus, and to lift up those joys and concerns that are in your hearts, on your minds, those folks that you're thinking about. So I would invite you into this time of just a moment of silence, and I will say a little prayer. As we gather this morning in the bitter cold, I'm grateful for the warmth that is here. We are grateful for the welcome, for the togetherness, for the friendships that are being born, for the oneness that we experience as we worship together and sing together, blend our voices in harmony, in thought, in mind, in lighting fire paper and writing on boards. I'm grateful for the flame that is in each person here, and that is in each person, each little bit of creation everywhere. As we hold space together this morning, we remember those who are not with us. We remember those who are in need of hope, and warmth, light, and life this morning. We're mindful of those on our hearts and in our minds, those who need our light and our energy sent forth to them, wrapping them with comfort, with forgiveness, with hope, with joy, with strength, with courage. May the energy that we send forth this morning wrap up all of those folks that we're worried about. May we name them quietly in our hearts now for a moment. And finally, in gratitude, we are able to express our compassion and our love and our appreciation for life as we have shared an offering this morning, as we share those gifts of voice and time and talent and presence for one another. And inwardly, I invite everyone to just for a moment remember the blessings of this week, the things that made you smile, the things that lifted you up, the hugs, the conversations, the awe and the beauty of the snow, the mystery of life. May we hold space for gratitude and blessing. All of this we share this morning as one people. Amen. And I get to stay up here and keep talking. So thank you to everybody who wrote on my board this morning. You know, as Danielle and I were brainstorming this service a little bit, we were putting ideas out there about what this whole service was about for you folks and what a New Year's about, and I threw out some very profound words like, oh, it's like a great blank slate. And the next thing I knew, I had a great blank slate. which is now all written on by many of you who came in. If you came in a different door than this back one, or I wasn't standing there for a moment, maybe you missed my instruction, which was to write a word or a symbol or a phrase of something that you hoped to leave behind in 2023. And so if you can't see these from back there, I'm going to read them real quick. Somehow I'm thinking somebody misunderstood, because I'm hoping you're not leaving gratitude behind. Can we take that one with us? And so we're just gonna get rid of that one. So other than that, look at this. Somebody started us with a great big anger. What an awesome thing to leave behind. Job, if only, right? Fear, worry, negativity, resentment, loneliness, regret, more resentment, intimidation, misery, fear, pain, more anger, divide, wrong medical advice, bad attitudes, judgment, envy, doubt, stress. I'm going to add guilt. Let's leave that one behind. Is there anybody else who'd like to add to this? Anxiety. Anything else? Grief? Greed? Never would have thought that of you, Shirley. Oh, not you. Just in general. Okay. Anything else? What was it? Pettiness. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Selfishness. What was that? Craving? Is that like craving chocolate, or is that like craving what? Anything. Okay. So to be without that kind of need. And all right, Beth. Grief is not on here. Would you like me to put it on here? Yes, please. Grief. Envy. That one is on here, but I'll start just for you. Racism. While we'd all like to think that we are without it, we all have little pieces of it, don't we? And in that line, let me put judgment up here. It needs to be on here bigger. Ego. Oh, that one should be really big. Can we leave that one behind? Anything else? So, there is something about a new year that inspires and taps something within each of us as human beings that really desperately wants a second chance. Do you ever feel like that? I just want a do-over. I want a chance to get it, quote unquote, right. As far as I know, I have not had a year yet where everything has gone right. Have you? There was one person who walked in today and said, no, last year was great. I didn't need to leave anything behind. I'm thinking, oh, wow. What an amazing thought. For the most part, so we get to the end of the old year and so ready to start again. Let's start again. And yet, for all of the stuff that's up here, we know that, and I'm actually going to erase this in a minute, and we'll have our great blank slate. But we know that letting go of these things, leaving them behind, isn't that simple as simply erasing them from a board. If only, right? It's just not quite that simple. It takes intentional choice and action to leave these things behind. You know, I left my prop down here. So I got to tell you, I am like an old-fashioned girl when it comes to calendars. I can't do a phone calendar. I don't know how all y'all do it, but I can't do it. I want like a month. I want to see a whole month all at once, but I only use pencil because God knows I erase too many times. So part of my joy at the end of every year is being able to get a whole new blank calendar. Why are you laughing so hard? Oh, uh-oh. All right, well, that's funny. So we didn't plan this. So, okay, I am not like a lemon girl, but I can't spend the $20 at Barnes & Noble or the $25 to buy the calendar I really want anymore. So this is the cheapest one I could find. But I've been robbed this year of my ability to start a new calendar because this is an 18-month calendar. And there is something in me that is too practical to not use those 6 months in this calendar. But then you know what? They don't start calendars in July. So who thought that was a good idea? I'm going to have to waste the first 6 months of my next calendar because anyways. I really like the ritual at the end of the year of being able to get rid of the old calendar and start with something that's a blank slate. To put in all my favorite people's birthdays and anniversaries, to mark in vacations that are coming up and maybe a few appointments, but for the most part to have it full of opportunity and potential and possibility. That's what the new year feels like. So we have all kinds of stuff that we'd like to let go of, which again is a choice. It's more than putting it on a board. We have to actually change. We love that word so much, don't we? But it's like Einstein said, right? We don't want to keep doing the same thing and expect different results. Definition of insanity, right? So we need to start, and today we start symbolically letting go. We let go of, the worry and the negativity and the resentment, the loneliness, the judgment, the anxiety. Okay, my guilt probably, some of these are harder to let go of than others. That I put guilt up there because it's been my nemesis over the years. And some of that's, the whole getting divorced thing. That's the most miserable, difficult, painful thing to go through, and nobody talks about it because it's like taboo, because you feel shameful, and because it's painful. And so that's one that goes on my calendar every year. I need to try and erase a little bit more of it. But you know what? I've got to be the one to look at myself and say, no, okay, you're going down the rabbit hole again. You can't go there. Done what you can to repair what needs to be repaired, and the rest of it has got to go. You're craving, I don't know, I'm still going to crave chocolate, but to be able to be okay with what we have, to know that who we are and what we have is enough, right? In this moment, it's good. This moment is enough right now. To let go of doubt, envy, again, what we have is enough. Our ego falls into that. All of this stuff, anger. Okay, anger, sometimes that one's a really hard one. For some of these, when they get really hard, maybe we need help. Maybe we need a therapist. Maybe we need anger management. Maybe we need a friend that will help us to see a different perspective. Because I think some of this is really about our own perspective on life. Are we going to look at it with negativity or optimism, with enough or not enough? Oh, look at that. It's a magnet. I put grief up here because Beth asked me to, and I left it here. So that's one of the ones, probably a few others of these, that are really hard to just poof let go of, right? It's a process. But it's okay to recognize that it's part of the process. And sometimes our process simply includes having a new perspective on this. Maybe taking the next step on this. Maybe it's time in the grieving process to go to a grief support group, or to volunteer somewhere, or to take a new class, or to get a puppy, something that's getting you out of isolation and getting you more and more into life. It's different with everybody. But again, something that, while I'm going to just erase it, I understand that it doesn't just erase. This is like our New Year's Eve rituals and celebrations. Yeah, we get to watch the ball drop, and we get to drink champagne, and we get to kiss whoever's next to us at midnight, and whatever else we do. But we're all smart enough to know that it doesn't poof go away unless we choose to work at it. What I do know is that there is an energy of newness, an energy of rejuvenation, an energy of second chances available to each of us at this time of year. So one of the, I wear this necklace a lot, and one of the drops on it I got about 14 years ago when a dear friend passed away, and I wanted something to remember him by. It says, "Be the change you want to see." It's a reminder, not only in Gandhi's words, to be the change in the world we want to see, but be the change in ourselves that we want to see. Sometimes we got to fake it till we make it, folks. But it's up to us. Thank you. I'm going to invite the choir to come up.
Hello. A little introduction about the song "Be the Change" by Laura Furnell. It incorporates some words by two champions of peace, Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. King Jr., whose birthday is tomorrow, his life and celebration. You also notice that Laura Furnell also incorporates some Swahili in there. Swahili translates to "let your light shine," which she also incorporates some words from the gospel, "This little light of mine." So along with being the change that you want to see, let your light shine. To introduce you, Miss Sue Anderegg will be conducting the choir, so I'll be saving my arms this week in conducting, and I'll be joining the choir. Enjoy.
Thank you so much, choir. Wow. Ah. Oh, we'll talk about future plans for these two churches. This is not the only time we will do this. Yes? I think we can agree? Yes. So I have a theory. I have a theory for my life, right? I have this theory that all of my challenges, all of the feelings of overwhelm, of not enough time, of not being enough, you know that tiny voice in the back of our head that whispers, it lives somewhere, trying to, mine at least, convince me to compare myself to others? You're not doing enough. You are not smart enough. They are creating more, writing more, more active, more vocal, more everything. Preaching without notes, someday, okay? Someday. Great, now that voice is going right now. All right, so we're gonna take a deep breath. I have a theory on how to make all of this go away. Do you wanna know what it is? Yeah? If I can just find the right planner, this was not planned. If I could just find the right planner, everything will be perfect. Just let me show you. Ready? That's about how it feels. Right? And don't get me started on the online versions, Evernote, Trello, ColorNote, Easy Art Planner, countless others. None have been just right. And so I continue searching for the perfect planner that will keep me so organized that little voice will have no choice but to sit back in awe of my organizational skills. Each new year, with the celebration and wonder for what's to come, waiting for the 2024 planners to drop, with the promises that this will be the one that helps me finally figure it out. The problem, it's not me, it's not you, it's not societal expectations, it's not the feeling that the world is collapsing around us. It's not the deep need to continue to process what is happening in the pandemic. The problem is that I haven't found the right planner. And it's a process for me. I decide this one is no longer working, too small, not enough information already prompted on the page. The pages are falling out of the binding, and the search begins again. And it goes something like this: spend a few days shopping, focus on one, maybe two, and imagine the possibilities in the pages. Purchase one, get really excited. This is finally it. This is gonna do it. Use it for a couple weeks. Feel that excitement slowly fade away. Realize it's not quite right. Decide to start searching, and the cycle for me begins again. Become a pattern, really, and sometimes I catch on to what I'm doing somewhere in the middle when I've got about 5 different options open and I'm trying to decide which one this time. We all have patterns. We all have cycles in our life, right? Some that support us in becoming who we are. Some cycles, some process that support us, and some that don't. Right? Some that we can break free from on our own if we need to. Some cycles, some processes, some ways that we make meaning in our lives that we need help with, support with. The new year is a reminder that so much of our life happens in these circles, in these patterns. We are back to January once again, the start of the new year, only this time it's 2024. What patterns, what cycles, what experiences can we expect in our coming year? There will probably be times of hopelessness. In Church of the Wild, author Victoria Lours offers that because we live on the edge now, new things, new tragedies. May we leave perfection in 2023. Our desire for it. New tragedies happen so often these days that we expect almost anything. What else is ending? The sun could rise tomorrow and be blood red, and we would say, yes, this is the new way. Okay. There will probably be times of despair, of undoing, of deep, challenging change. And in these moments, poet Cassie Hard offers us these words, their poem, The Fall. The ground has shifted. Roads lead to free falls and dirt turns to quicksand, and even the night sky is unfamiliar. Bless the breaking when those moments happen. Bless the breaking, the borders crumbling in your hands, the knowing fractured into pieces too small to go together again. If you ever knew what you wanted in these moments, it's gone now. But we, dear ones, we can bless the falling. Let your conflicting desires scatter like stars shaped into misremembered constellations. They'll watch over you without demands and bless the grounding. You already have everything necessary woven through your skin and your blood and every cell. Your own body holds you, and you are free to fall into the waiting embrace of what you need. There will be moments of undoing. Who, what is there to catch us? Do we know we have what we need? And if we don't, we have beloveds to remind us. And there will be times of reframing. There will be times of wondering what's possible, times of new understanding. Victoria Lours continues that the sun could rise tomorrow, blood red, and we would say, yes, this is the new way. Okay. We do not need to minimize or overlook the pain and tragedy we encounter as we live in this time of interwoven crisis. Eventually, we recognize that the pain is directly connected with our love, and we can embrace it. We can move into actions of restoration that are firmly planted in love. There will be times when this will feel possible, where we will move forward together in love. And there will be really great times like this morning where we come together, deepening relationships. There will be times of joy and celebration of connection. In 2024, may we name where we find ourselves in the cycles of our lives, knowing that the cycles, the experiences for each of us are different, right? They are each different, yet interconnected. As we are different and interconnected and interdependent, how deep is our need for one another? So maybe Maybe now is a time of disillusionment, hopelessness. Maybe look for the reminders that hope exists, love exists always. Or maybe now is a time of undoing, of falling into what is to become, and what is to become is unknown. Maybe now is a time for rest. Maybe now is a time for joy and friendship. And since we are all beautifully complicated, we may feel these all at the same time, right? Or in the same day, or in the same hour. Right? The new year, the hope and potential of a new beginning, right? Having some things erased, though you can still see a few of those things on the board. Just as we know, we don't start with a great blank slate, but wow, did it feel good to watch those get erased. The new year, the hope and potential of a new beginning. I invite you to think back to your fire from this morning. That fire in your heart during our chalice lighting. Think about that fire and ask yourself, what do you want to be surrounded by in 2024? Right? We have erased some things, reformed some things, reimagining our relationship to some things, but what do you want to be surrounded by? What do you want to hold so closely that it becomes part of the air you breathe, part of your everyday existence? What is that? For me, be gentle. Be gentle, dear one. Love surrounds. Be gentle. Love surrounds. Trust that though this fire is but a flash, it connects back to that fire that you have imagined, that fire that is you. So I invite you forward, if you would like, and we'll kick those planners out of the way. I invite you to come forward if you would like and light a fire to represent what you hope to be surrounded by in 2024. And then burn it. We're putting it up into the universe, into the air around us. So everyone is invited to come forward. Kay or I can also light them for you. Think about what you would like to be surrounded by. What does this piece of paper mean to you? Let it burn. Know and trust that it is part of the air around you. And throw it. Even we'll do one final flash paper for all of us that are joining online. So if you're online, think about what do you want to be surrounded by? Part of the air we breathe in 2024. May all of this be more and true as we start at the beginning of a new year. Imagining now our relationships to our planners, I imagine, and what they mean to us. I invite everyone to rise in body and spirit, join in singing hymn 1028 in the Teal hymn book, 1028, Fire of Commitment. Thank you. You may be seated. If I can just return to the planners for just a moment that I have now rudely thrown across the floor. Hopefully you haven't been thinking about recommendations for me, though I'm curious what's working for you. Maybe you have found the answer. But really the story wasn't about the planner, right? It's about this hope that I'm not quite ready to let go of. This hope that I'm taking with me into 2024, though maybe I won't need it so much. This hope that maybe things aren't really so complicated after all, right? That there is this simple solution that maybe I can just get it right. So if you see me with a new planner, know that I have gone through my own cycle, and am in a place of found hope for me. Be gentle, dear ones, be gentle. Love surrounds. We extinguish our chalice, but not the light of this community. That light cannot be extinguished, for it lives in each of us, reminding us we are connected, held always in a larger love.
Look, that wasn't part of the plan. So I get to say goodbye and thank you. This has been such a joy to spend this time together. Thank you for your hospitality, for your invitation, for a beautiful start to a new year. And as we all leave this place, may we carry all of those wonderful intentions that have been set here with us. Be the change in our lives and in the world that we want to see. Go in peace.
And go to coffee hour and continue building